are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good. So I want to split this into two different things. One, Elizabeth Warren and her role at the CFPA. Forget whether the CFPA will be effective or not. She obviously is the person you have been wanting. How do you feel about the current decision?
I think at a time when the American people are profoundly disgusted with the crooks on Wall Street and the huge rip-offs that Wall Street is perpetrating against the American people, I think millions of people are feeling better today that at least they're going to have a brilliant and aggressive advocate on their side in terms of Professor Warren. I've known Elizabeth for many, many years. She is smart, she is tough, and I think she's prepared to take on Wall Street, and I applaud President Obama for giving her that position.
If you were to look at the choice, the way it was done, the politics of doing it, if you will, she was not installed, as you know, on an interim appointment as the director. She was installed one level beneath that, and the director's chair apparently won't go filled. What does that mean to the layman?
Well, Dylan, here's the problem that you have. As you know, and as your listeners know, the Republicans in the Senate have been playing an incredibly obstructionist role from the first day of the Obama administration. They have brought forth a record-breaking number of filibusters, and I find it very amusing that some of these Republicans are saying, why doesn't the president just nominate her, bring her nomination to the Senate? Of course, so they can defeat her. The president understands that. I would not have minded a debate on the floor of the Senate. Let the American people understand who's on the side of the middle class, who's on the side of Wall Street. But at the end of the day, it was absolutely imperative that the president make this excellent appointment, and I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I applaud the president for making that decision on the front of the House. On to our next set of problems. As we know, Senator, if solving the world's problems meant electing the right senator, appointing Elizabeth Warren, or for that matter, electing Barack Obama, we could all go home and hang out at the beach for a while right about now. The fact of the matter is the number of people above the poverty line has exploded in this country. I won't recount all the statistics to you, but at the end of the day, what can we do to ensure that we don't take our eye off the ball to the structural problems in this country? Because Elizabeth Warren, as great as she is not going to save the financial future of this country.
No, Elizabeth Warren and no single individual is going to be the savior. We need a political revolution in this country. We need working people from California to Vermont to stand up and start taking on these big money special interests. Let me tell you what I think. Right now, as you know, right now, literally, within the next few days, we'll be debating tax policy. My Republican colleagues think that it's a great idea to give $700 billion in tax breaks to the wealthiest 2%. Dylan, I don't know if you know this, but latest statistics tell us that the top 1% now earns 23% of all income in America. Top 1/10 of 1% earns 11% of all income. Top 1% earns more income than the bottom 50%. This growing inequality is worse than in any other country, major country on earth. The idea of giving $100,000 on average in tax breaks to people who make $1 million or more, as the Republicans would like, is totally inane. It is an incredibly dumb idea. What we should do is take the $700 billion that we would gain, use half of it for deficit reduction, half of it to invest in our infrastructure, roads, bridges, water systems, create millions of jobs over the next 10 years, and put Americans back to work. That makes a lot more sense than giving tax breaks to billionaires.
Senator, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure. Thanks for making the trip down to the camera to talk to us today. Appreciate it. Bernie Sanders. Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. Another couple